Yeah, welcome back with your own friend Edu Ada. We'll be considering logarithm of numbers, but not just logarithm, but the logarithm of numbers less than 1, which we also call common logarithm. Yes, we've spoken about logarithm before in my previous video. I've explained the laws of logarithm, examples that involve logarithm, and how to apply those laws when solving questions. But today we'll be solving logarithm of numbers with the use of tables. Look at what I have here. Now I will relate this with indices. If you have to find the logarithm of any number, I mean numbers that are less than 1, I mean you are told to use logarithm table. The easiest way to calculate this is to follow the instructions you are seeing here. What do you have here? You have numbers, you have the standard form, the logarithm, then under the logarithm you have the characteristics and the mantissa, then you have your answer. Everything done here will be replicated in the example, so be relaxed. Quickly, if you have 5, of course, you have 5. If you write this in standard form, this means 5 times 10 raised to the power of 0. So we'll be making use of standard form because it's the power of the tens. When we have written our numbers in standard form, that we'll be using as the characteristics that we have. Then we'll now look for our matrices on with the use of our table. Yes, that's the way it's done. Look, I see so you have 5. 5 means 5 times 10 raised to the power 0, or 5 points like is written there. You have 5.0 times 10 raised to the power 0, which still means anything 0 is 1. So 5.0, that is 5 times 1, and that gives you this back. Do you get that? Let's look at others. Considering others, you have 60. 60 can be written as 6.0 times 10 raised to the power what? 1. This is something as 6 times 10 raised to the power 1. So the 10 raised to the power 1, this will form your characteristics. So the power is what forms your characteristics. This one. That's what determines what will be your characteristic. Then you have 8156 0.002. If you write, let's write this in standard form. If you have a 0 point, I don't have to be talking about standard form here, but because we need it here, so we have a 0.0082. If you are to write this in standard form, the decimal should be between the first two significant figures. All these zeros behind it, they are not significant, so it should be here. Go 1, 2, 3, it should be here. So if it is there, that means you're going to be writing this as 8.2, then times 10 raised to power what? How do you get back to where you were coming from? How do you get back to where you're coming from? You still move a step, 3 steps, isn't it? That would be minus 3. So this form our characteristics. Are you getting it now? So good. Let's just solve the examples we have. You have a better understanding of the concept at hand. So we have this. You have this. So if you have this, under logarithm, there are things we do. We write number here. Then we have our log. Are you seeing this? Let me go back to my initial. So look at this question. Say evaluate using log table 5.34 times you have 5.34. If you have 5.34, if you have to write this in standard form, what do we have? It is already in standard form. The decimal is in the right place, so there's nothing else you are doing. So what does that mean? Our characteristic, this means 5.34 times 10 raised to the power 0. So this forms our characteristic, like I've said before. We're going to be having, okay, let me use this to write my characteristics. So you have is 0 point, then you go. You now check 53 under 4 with the help of your log table. Go and check 53 under 4. 53 under 4 should be 7275. That should be 7275. So I'm going to be having 7275. Do you see that? Go to the next one. It says times what? 2.7 times 2.7. Don't forget this 2.72 is already in standard form. So what do we have? Your characteristic will be 0 point. Then go and check 27 under 0. You check 27 under 0. Oh, sorry, that's not what we have in the question. It's times. So sorry about that. You have times and 67. Oh, sorry. 67. 67.4. 67.4. So that implies that our characteristic will be different. The decimal is supposed to be here when you write in standard form. If you write this in standard form, it is supposed to be 6.74, then times 10 raised to the power what? 1. That will return this decimal back to this place. So our characteristic now, our characteristic will be 1 point. Then check 67 under 4. 67 under 4 should be 8287. 8287. Then under your log, when you have multiplication in the question, you add under log. So we have addition here. So by adding, what do you have? 5 plus 2, 12. Keep 1 here. 8 plus 8, 16. Keep 1 here. 1 plus 2, 3 plus this, 5. 7 plus 8 is 15. Bring 1 here. This will become 2 point. Can you see that? So we have 2.5562. That's what we have under the log. Now we now check out for your the next one. The next one is, let me extend this. The next one is to be divided. This whole thing to be divided by 2.7. 2.7 is already in standard form. So it means the characteristic will be 0 point. Check for 27 under 0. What do you have? Check 27 under 0, you have 4314. Then what do you do? This is to be divided, right? So because it's division, what do? You subtract. Let me manage that here. So whenever we have multiplication at the number side, I mean this colon, you come and add here. When we have division here, you subtract here under the log where you're dealing with logarithm. So here we can go now. Permit me to write this, yes, so that you can subtract easily. So 4 minus 2 not possible, 2 minus 4 not possible. 8 minus 4, that is 8. 12 minus 4 rather 8. This becomes 5. 5 minus 1, 4. 5 minus 3, 2. 5 minus 4, 1. 2 minus 0, that is 2. So you have 2.1248. So here we will have what we call antilog here. Our antilog this is where you write it. Divide this, then you write it here. So you will leave this whole number that you have here when you are checking your antilog. You go with this decimal part of the log value, which is 12 under 4, then difference 8. What is 12 under 4 difference 8? You're going to be having 1, 3, 3, 2. Do you see that? Then having gotten that, you must now look for where your decimal will fall. Go back to the whole number you have here. We have whole number to be 2, right? The 2, you add 1 to each, making 3, isn't it? That 3 will determine how many steps you take for your decimal position. So this will be 1, 2, 3. So that's where the decimal will be. So you're going to be having 133.2. So let me clean that so that you see that better. So you're having 133.2. That's where the decimal will be. Don't forget, I said you add 1 to whatever it's here. Whenever it is not in bar, we deal with the bar one. That's the next question. So this will be your answer by the solution. It says you are using log table evaluates this. The evaluation of this question A is this is the answer. Now you can verify your answer. How do you verify your answer? Just pick up your calculator, type this into your calculator, or you can solve it yourself. Don't use log, no table, no log. Solve it. Whatever you get will be the same thing using a logarithm table. So with that in the exam, or you can confirm if you are right or wrong. Good. Let's go to question 2. The question 2 is states we are still looking for number and log 2. Here you have log. So here you have 2.067. 2.067. Write that in log. It is already in standard form, right? The decimal is between the first and second significant value, so it's okay. So our characteristics will be 0. Then point. You check 20 under 6. 20 under 6 difference 7. Checking 20 under 6 difference 7, you are going to be having 0.31, 0.3. Okay. I want to adjust this work here. Coming. Let's adjust a bit so because of what we are dealing with now. Number we have log. So here we have 2.067. So this becomes 0.20 under 6 difference 7. You have 3154. 3154. Then you go. The next one. What do you have in the next one? You have division, right? You have division 0.0348. this one will come bar. Something will call bar, and that bar. Okay, let me show you. This tells you how many zero you like. You have here. Determine how many bar you deal with. So this is bar 2. Bar 2 points. You take for 34 under 8. Checking 34 under 8, you are going to be having 54. Okay, 0.038. There's an error here. Sorry, I'm just saying this. This should be 38. Yes. So if you have 38 there, then it means we have 38. 0.038. So we check for just 38 under 0. That will be 5416. Don't forget there's division. The denominators are the ones we will deal with first. We will deal with them first. And in this question, we have this here. Yes, I'm still going to type. You have something in this question. You have this. You have this. Then everything is raised to power of something. You have raised to power of 1 divided by 2. So we have this is what we are supposed to have. So we have this. See that you can see this very well. Can you see the question now? So everything is raised to power half. And that is the same thing. If I rewrite this for you, the same thing as 2 points 0.067 divided by 0.038 times 0.538. Everything raised to power 1/2. That is half. That is the square root raised to power half. That means square root of everything you have done. So let's go now. The numerator, we've written the log. Now the denominators, let's deal with them. Times 0.538. What would that be? This will be bar 1. That bar means subtraction, please. When we work on it now, you will see. Bar 1.53 under 8. That is 7308. This multiplication, there will be addition here. 6 plus 8 is 14. Keep 1 here. This one becomes 2. This one becomes 7. This one becomes 12. Add 1 here. So this means, it means minus 2, minus 1. Bar 2 means minus 2. Bar 1 means minus 1. Then the one we carry, that is plus 1. So what does that mean? This and this will go. So what do we have left? We have bar 2 point bar 2. Do you get that logic? It's just simple arithmetic. So we have bar 2 there. So bar 2.2724. Then we now go now. We pick it as, there is division here, right? There is division here. So we are supposed to be having 0.3154 minus, we subtract it from this, bar 2 minus bar 2.2724. What do we have? 4 minus 4, you have 0. 5 minus 2, you have 3. 1 minus 7, not possible. You borrow here. You have 1 here. 11 minus 7. That is 4. So this is 2 already. 2 minus 2 is 0. Then is 0 minus open bracket minus 2. But 2 means minus 2. I've said that. So that becomes 2. So the work becomes easier for us. So we have 2.0430. Yes, so since it is everything inside this bracket now is settled. So now whenever you have the power, square root means raised to the power half, third root means raised to the power 3, and 1 over 3. So you now multiply by 1 over 2. Multiply by the power that you have. This is the square root of, let's take this to be, let me do this. Let me call the whole of this P. Isn't it? So I can say P to the power half becomes 2.043 times 1 over 2. And that will give us what? If we divide that, you're going to be having 1.0215. Then you now, this is a log now. You cannot find the antilog. Don't forget that. So when you find the antilog, leave the whole number, come to this place. You cannot check for 0.2, check for 21 under 5. 21 under 5 will give us 1051. 1051. Then you consider this one that is a whole number. Consider this as a whole number. What do you have? 1, Abi. Add 1 to 1. That will be 2. So that determines where your decimal will be. 1, 2. Your decimal will be here. So your answer becomes what? The antilog. Let me just shorten it. So the antilog will be 10.51. 10.51. So that's what we should have. Okay, let me just rewrite it. 10.51. So that gives us a final answer. You can practice more of similar questions. If you have any request, any question on this topic, you can reach me or make your comments in the comment section. Thank you very much. I'll see you some other time.